Good morning, Year 10. I hope you've had some kind of Easter break and are refreshed and relaxed and ready to go. We're continuing today with what we started before the Easter holidays, which is circles. We did circumference before. Remember, for the circumference of a circle, we need the formula circumference equals pi times diameter. The area of a circle is our other formula, which is area equals pi r squared. Now when I put that in my calculator, I'm going to do pi times radius, just because that means it reinforces the formula in my head, make sure that I can remember it. If you want to know a way of remembering it, we've got cherry pie is delicious, apple pies are too. You might need that, you might not. You should have practiced your formula sheets already today. I'm going to do the example straight from the sheet. This sheet's available on Google Classroom. You don't have to print it off. You can just write it. That's absolutely fine. But I've left you space to write your answers in. So question 1, I'm going to start with 1a. This is what I'm expecting to see as you go through and work it out. So we're using pi is 3.14, says that up here. And my first one is I've got a radius of 10. So my area equals pi times radius. Well, that's 3.14, and in this case here we know our radius is 10. So times 10 times 10. Now this doesn't mean times 2 times 10. Okay, squared, remember, is times by itself. I type that into my calculator, you can see that down here, 3.14 times 10 times 10, and that gives us an answer of 314 centimetres squared, but it asks me for my answers to 2 decimal places, so 3.1400 centimetres squared. Okay, so if we start with a radius, that's all we're going to do. You've got 19 more questions to do on that part of the sheet. Once you've done that, we'll go to the second part of the sheet, which is the slightly more complicated question, probably going up a grade for this second part. And this time it tells us the diameter, not the radius. So if it tells us the diameter, we've got to remember that the radius is the diameter divided by 2. Okay, because our radius is our diameter is all the way across the circle, and our radius is just half the circle. So again, we'll start with question A, so 3A. My diameter is 30 millimeters. Okay, now that means I've got to get my radius, which is going to be half of that. So it's 30 divided by 2. I know that most of you will know that, but just in case, we put into our calculator, and we get an answer of 15 millimeters. Remember, our units are going to be important. Then I can use my formula. A equals pi times the radius. So that's 3.14 times 15 times 15. I put that into my calculator. 3.14 times 15 times 15, and I get 706.5. Making sure that I write it with my 2 decimal places, I get 706.50. Don't forget my units, millimeters squared. You've got 19 more to do from there. Answers are on the sheet. Please post your scores once you have done it. If there are any questions, leave a comment on Google Classroom, and I'll either respond to your comment or record a video later with those queries answered. Also, make sure you do your formulas test and fill your scores in on Google Classroom so I can record them on my tracking sheet. Have a good day.